It's Melissa with Slow Life Revolution. I'm cooking some soup, so I was gonna kind of show you how I make soup. I was gonna go to the grocery store today, and then I just decided to use up all the rest of my vegetables to make a soup instead of buying some new stuff. So I was gonna talk a little bit about slow food and what slow food means to me, because Slow Life Revolution is kind of like an all-encompassing idea, which like slow tech and like getting away from your phone is one section, and then slow food is another, and then I'm gonna add on different slow fashion, slow love, different stuff like that. So, but slow food is interesting. I actually wanted to plug, I have a workshop coming up this week, which I'm gonna do on composting, because there's so much wasted food in, especially the United States. Food in landfills decomposes and releases methane, which is a greenhouse gas, which contributes to climate change. So if we can, get rid of that, help to relieve that, then I think that's a good thing. Of course, much of that comes from grocery stores and restaurants. The bulk of that does. But even if you're like cooking and you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw in the garbage, it's gonna decompose anyway, it's actually worse to put like decomposable, like food scraps into the garbage. Food like vegetables and stuff like that, not meat, but vegetables you can compost. So it's better to put it in a composter than throw it in the garbage. That's what I'm saying, because that contributes to global warming essentially, or climate change. It's not like as big as like grocery stores and stuff, but it also is like, can you like use up the food you already have rather than buying more food and then having that go away and then throwing that in the garbage? That kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I think about, and I don't know if other people think about it, so just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Actually, so right here I put in like a quarter of an onion, some garlic, the rest of my celery, which is getting like that rubbery, when it's like you can shake it around and it moves, and some carrots and some potato. And I also put in some bouillon, which makes broth. Just like, I was just thinking about how I like the glass container for bouillon better than like a can or a carton of broth. Because of the recyclability of glass over a carton or over a can. I mean, you can recycle a can, but also if the can, so I'm thinking this really far through. So if a can accidentally gets thrown, like falls off the recycling truck, it gets thrown into the landfill. Maybe this is too hypothetical, but I feel like it's like aluminum. If you think about recyclable materials going into the landfill, it's worse for aluminum to go in the landfill than something like glass, because glass is made out of sand and it's a little more natural of a material. Aluminum can leach into the groundwater and cause issues with that. Plastic, plastic has issues being recycled anyway, but if that gets put into the landfill, at least it can be compacted and take up less space. That's like a pro, but obviously plastic takes many years to decompose, so that's not a good thing. Styrofoam's really the worst thing. So these are all things that I think about when I buy things in the store also. Like you can kind of, it's hard to get away from vegetables being packaged in plastic, but even like toys and like certain things that are, or like things that you buy being like packaged in plastic or packaged in styrofoam, I try to avoid that. It's not always avoidable, but these are the things I think about. With a can of bouillon is better, or like a glass jar is better in my head than a can or a carton or those little like cubes that you buy. Anyway, this is all trying to say that I have a composting workshop coming up, but that is all the slow life thing that these are the concepts I'm coming up with. on thinking about every choice you make and kind of how it gives back to the earth and how it gives back to other people. I do that with my slow tech control the scroll, where it's like, if you spend less time on your phone, you're spending more valuable time with the people around you and on projects that could go towards helping other people or the earth. With slow food, with this composting workshop I'm gonna do, you mitigate the amount of vegetable waste or food waste that is in the landfill, and you put it back, and then you can feed your plants with it, or you can just put it outside once it's ready. So I have this container. So get a container like this ready to make a indoor composter with me. It's very simple. You can make something this small. You can make a worm bin. You could just buy a composter if you want to and put it outside if you have a lot of food scraps. You know, every little bit helps is what I think. So I'm gonna start with this. So if you can get a container like this, I'm hosting composting workshop on Thursday afternoon. And if you want to join me, you can send me a message, or you can sign up for my email list on the website at slowliferevolution.com. And I hope to see you there.